What if a single number could change everything? No, seriously. What if just one number, seen at the right moment, could shift your energy, your choices, your path? And what if not just one, but 6 numbers, chosen in alignment with an ancient energetic current, were trying to reach you this very month? As Pythagoras once said, numbers rule the universe. Across time, cultures, and spiritual traditions, numbers have never been seen as random. They've been seen as divine signals. From the temples of ancient India to the mystics of the Balkans, numbers have always whispered messages to those willing to listen. So let me ask you, have you ever seen the same number appear again and again? Felt a strange comfort or warning from a certain sequence? Caught 111, 222, or 777 at just the right moment? What if those weren't coincidences, but codes? June 2025 is not a normal month. It's an energetic crossroad. It's a time when astrologers, numerologists, and even long-gone prophets agree the veil is thinner and the vibrations are stronger. This is the month when 6 sacred numbers are aligned to unlock something deep within your consciousness, your choices, and possibly your future. Each number I'll reveal today is rooted in the timeless teachings of numerology, shaped by the celestial shifts of June's star map, and echoed in prophecies from visionaries like Baba Vanga and Nostradamus. These numbers weren't pulled from a hat. They were channeled, calculated, and confirmed through spiritual resonance. Why does it matter? Because June is a rare mix. The earthy grounding of Taurus, combined with the intuitive winds of Gemini. It's a time when energy flows in dual directions, past and future, logic and instinct, vision and action. In this cosmic polarity, numbers become more than math. They become messages. The Buddha once said, "Your purpose in life is to find your purpose and give your whole heart and soul to it." Sometimes, numbers are the signposts pointing you there. These 6 numbers, June, carry luck, clarity, healing, or protection. They are vibrational keys. At the end of this video, I'll share with you a 7th hidden number, often called the Guardian Code, used by ancient seers to invoke energy shifts and inner strength during spiritually potent windows like this one. Let me tell you something real. A subscriber once wrote to me after watching a video just like this. She said she didn't believe in signs, but she was curious. She meditated on one of the numbers I mentioned, just for fun. Days later, she noticed it everywhere. Clocks, billboards, even in a stranger's tattoo. That same week, she reconnected with someone who offered her a job in a field she had just started dreaming about. Coincidence or confirmation? So I'll ask again, what if a number could change everything? And what if this video is your first step toward finding it? If you're ready to receive, not just watch, drop this affirmation in the comments right now. I am open to the signs. I trust the numbers. I align with June's energy. Because June 2025 is already moving. The question is, are you moving with it? Let's begin with the powerful number 7. But before I tell you what 7 means, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt the world go quiet just long enough for you to hear your own soul whispering something deeper? Have you ever woken up with the sense that something beyond the surface was calling you inward? Like a truth you've known all along, waiting patiently in silence? That is the energy of 7. In numerology, 7 is called the Seeker. And how fitting, because June, more than any month, asks us to pause, reflect, and realign. As the flowers bloom outward, the spirit is called inward. The Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." Number 7 isn't here to dazzle us with quick wins or flashy luck. Its power lies in quiet wisdom, intuitive clarity, and the gentle but certain unfolding of the truth. 7 symbolizes the journey we take when we ask not, "What do I want from life?" but "What does life want from me?" In Buddhist philosophy, the number 7 represents the steps of enlightenment, the stages of awakening from awareness to liberation. In fact, it is said that when the Buddha was born, he took 7 steps, each one symbolic of the path we too are called to walk. Astrologically, 7 resonates with Neptune, the planet of dreams, intuition, and spiritual awakening. In the energy of June 2025, when Neptune is activated by cosmic alignments, this number becomes even more powerful. It doesn't shout, it whispers. But those who listen, truly listen, will hear what others miss. 7 is a number that speaks in dreams, synchronicities, and that quiet feeling you get when you know, without knowing how, that you're on the right path. Let me share something personal. A friend of mine once found herself at a crossroads, unsure whether to stay in a relationship that no longer served her or leap into the unknown. She kept seeing the number 7 everywhere: bus seats, clocks, hotel room doors. One day, she looked it up and saw it called The Path of the Seeker. That same week, she took her first solo trip. On the 7th day of that journey, something shifted. She said, "I stopped looking for signs outside me because I realized I already knew." That's what 7 does. It reminds you you already know. You just forgot to trust yourself. So I ask you now, are you ready to go inward? Are you willing to embrace clarity, even if it comes wrapped in silence? Are you brave enough to pause, not to fall behind, but to finally move forward from within? Because the energy of 7 in June 2025 is a sacred invitation, a calling to realign with truth, to trust your intuition, and to seek not noise but meaning. Let 7 be your guide, the lantern you carry as you walk your own unique path. Take a moment today to set your intentions. Write them down, speak them out loud, meditate upon them in silence. And remember, when the mind is still, the truth shines through. The power of 11. Now, as we journey deeper, we arrive at a number that doesn't just whisper to the soul, it awakens it, the radiant, electric, and visionary power of number 11. But let me ask you first, have you ever had a sudden flash of insight? A gut feeling so strong you couldn't ignore it, even when logic disagreed? Have you ever walked into a room or opened a message and just knew something was about to change? That's 11. That's alignment. In numerology, 11 is known as the master teacher, a number that doesn't just speak of purpose, it activates it. It lifts us from reflection into revelation, from stillness into inspired motion. If 7 called us inward to reflect, 11 is the spiritual lightning bolt that strikes when we're finally ready to rise. As the Buddha taught, the mind is everything, what you think you become. 11 invites us to think in the language of the soul, not fear, not logic, but possibility. In June 2025, this number resonates even more powerfully, with the energies of spring at their peak and the planetary influence of Uranus, the innovator, the awakener, dancing through the cosmos. 11 becomes a gateway number, a spiritual portal, a key that opens doors not with force, but with frequency. It's no coincidence that people often see 1111 when they're on the verge of a breakthrough. Some call it angelic timing, others divine synchronicity, but nearly all agree it's a signal to pay attention. Something is waking up in you. Across traditions, from Tibetan mystics to modern spiritualists, 11 is seen as the bridge between the earthly and the divine, the human and the infinite. It challenges us to not just exist, but to evolve, to use our voice, to listen to our intuition, to rise into the vision we were born with. I once met a woman who said her spiritual journey began with a heartbreak. One night, devastated and unsure, she looked at her clock, 11:11. She said she felt a strange calm wash over her, and from that night forward, she kept seeing it, in phone numbers, on receipts, license plates, even a street address the day she moved into her new home. That became the very place where she started her healing practice, guiding others through transformation just as she had once needed. She told me, 11 didn't change my life. It reminded me I already had the power to. So now I ask you, are you willing to trust that you're being guided, even if you don't have all the answers yet? Can you listen to your inner voice, even when the outside world is loud? Will you let yourself believe that the vision you carry was never random? It was placed in you for a reason. Because 11, in this sacred month of June 2025, is not just a number. It is a calling to awaken, to create, to lead not from ego, but from intuition, to step into your next chapter, not with fear, but with faith. Let 11 illuminate your path like a lighthouse guiding ships through fog. Let it be the frequency you tune into when doubt creeps in. Let it remind you that true clarity comes not from seeing everything, but from trusting what you already know. So today, ask yourself, how can I align more deeply with my highest purpose? What would happen if I truly trusted my inner wisdom? As you embrace the powerful light of number 11, tune its spark within you, not just insight, but inspired action, the kind that changes lives, starting with your own. The joyful energy of 3. Now, as we continue our journey, we step into the radiant energy of a number that dances rather than walks, a number that doesn't whisper, it sings. Yes, I'm talking about the joyful, expressive, and endlessly creative number 3. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you laughed without holding back? When was the last time you created something not for applause or perfection, but simply for the joy of creating? That is the sacred essence of 3, the number of pure, uninhibited self-expression. In numerology, 3 is lovingly referred to as the creative communicator, the soul that paints life in bold colors rather than safe shades. And here, in June 2025, as the natural world bursts into vibrant bloom, the energy of 3 arrives like a spring breeze, reminding us to loosen up, speak up, and live from the heart. As the Buddha once said, thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. That is the energy of 3. Joy and creativity shared, never diminished. 3 holds a special place in the spiritual and symbolic world. It is the number of the mind, body, and spirit, the sacred triangle of harmony. Across cultures, it represents balance, artistry, and the act of turning vision into reality through joyful expression. Astrologically, 3 is charged with the expansive energy of Jupiter, the planet of growth, optimism, and wisdom. Under Jupiter's influence this month, your creative ideas, June not just bloom, they June blossom into something bigger than you imagined. I once met an elderly man in a quiet mountain village who spent each morning painting wildflowers onto small pieces of driftwood. I asked him if he sold them. He smiled and said, "No, I place them on walking trails for strangers to find. Someone always needs a little beauty where they least expect it." He had found his purpose through joyful expression. That's 3. Simple, meaningful, shared. So I ask you now, what creative gift are you hiding from the world? When was the last time you honored your joy, not out of duty, but delight? How might your life shift if you let yourself be seen, heard, and fully expressed? 3 combines the vision of 11 and the strength of 22, giving you not just dreams, but the playful courage to pursue them. June 2025 carries a unique frequency, a perfect blend of grounded energy and vibrant opportunity. With 3 at the center, this month becomes your chance to color outside the lines, to speak your truth, and to infuse every moment with imagination and soul. It's not just about artistic talent. It's about living artistically, with passion, with color, with joy. So let number 3 remind you, your words matter, Your laughter heals. Your presence inspires. This number asks you to dance through life, not just survive it. To write poems with your choices. To laugh from the belly. To speak with honesty even when your voice shakes. This June, embrace your creative spark. Let your soul write its story through the things you create, the words you speak, and the joy you bring to others. Because success isn't just a destination, it's a way of walking, and 3 walks with a rhythm only your heart can hear. Are you ready to let the energy of 3 lead you toward a path of joy, connection, and fulfillment? Let it guide your hands, your words, and your days into a life that feels like art. The grounding power of 4. Now let's gently shift our focus to a number that doesn't just inspire, it anchors. A number that reminds us that while dreams lift us up, it is discipline and dedication that make them real. I'm talking about the timeless, grounding energy of number 4. Let me ask you, have you been building your dreams on solid ground? Are your daily choices supporting the future you desire, or scattering your focus across fleeting distractions? In numerology, 4 is lovingly known as the builder, not just of walls or structures, but of lives. Meaningful, purposeful lives constructed one strong decision at a time. And in this month of June 2025, where the seeds we planted earlier in the year begin to take root, 4 arrives like a wise architect, reminding us, you don't rush a temple, you build it brick by brick and with devotion. As the Buddha once shared, a jug fills drop by drop. That is the essence of 4, the quiet power of consistency, focus, and patience. Across numerology and spiritual teachings, 4 represents stability, order, and reliability. It aligns with the 4 sacred elements, earth, air, fire, and water, reminding us that all of life is balanced by structure. In many traditions, the number 4 represents the 4 noble truths, grounding wisdom that helps us navigate suffering and truth with clarity. Astrologically, 4 is deeply connected to Saturn, the planet of karma, responsibility, and long-term growth. Saturn doesn't promise instant rewards, but it offers something far more powerful, legacy. Through Saturn's energy, 4 whispers to us, do the work now, and the universe will meet you halfway. I once met a woman who had spent years rebuilding her small family bakery after a devastating storm. Every day she opened the doors, even when only one customer came. I asked her what kept her going. She said, I wasn't baking just bread. I was baking faith into every loaf. That is the energy of 4. Not glamorous, but glorious. Not quick success, but soulful, lasting, earned. So this June, 4 asks you to build, not rush. To show up even when results are invisible. To believe in the beauty of steady effort. Let me ask you now, what structure do you need to build in your life? Emotionally, financially, or spiritually? Are you willing to plant seeds today, trusting they'll bloom in a season not yet seen? Can you choose discipline even when motivation fades? 4 isn't here to thrill you. It's here to fortify you, to steady your hands, to strengthen your foundations, to guide you in crafting a life of resilience, purpose, and progress. When we align with the frequency of 4, we realize that success isn't a lightning strike. It's the slow build of trust between intention and action. It's waking up and doing the work even when no one is watching. This number teaches us the profound truth that progress isn't always loud. Sometimes it's silent, sacred, and step by step. So as you move through June, ask yourself, what can I build today that will serve me for years to come? How can I bring more structure into my days, more reliability into my actions, and more devotion into my efforts? With 4 as your compass, this month becomes your blueprint for lasting success, a reminder that true growth is never rushed, only rooted. The sacred energy of 26, integration and balance. At the summit of our journey, we reach a powerful convergence of strength, wisdom, and spiritual maturity, the sacred energy of number 26. Not just a number, but a cycle reborn, a whisper from the universe reminding us that true success is not just what we achieve, but how we achieve it, in balance, in integrity, and in alignment with our soul's calling. Let me ask you from the heart, have you been chasing achievement without harmony? Are your ambitions rooted in deeper wisdom, or pulled by the currents of distraction? What would it look like to grow in both prosperity and peace this month? In the ancient language of numerology, 26 is the master of integration. It carries the energy of 2, harmony, intuition, cooperation, and the nurturing vibration of 6, home, healing, compassionate care. Together they form a powerful union, a number that tells us, yes, you can succeed, but succeed with soul. Yes, you can rise, but rise in service to others and in harmony with your truth. Spiritually, 26 is a number that reflects the cycles of life, beginnings that spring from endings, wisdom that blossoms from wounds, and strength that is born not from force, but from understanding. In Buddhist thought, this mirrors the teachings of impermanence, the eternal rhythm of samsara. As the Buddha once said, nothing is forever except change. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Prophets like Nostradamus and Baba Vanga believed in the karmic weight of this number. Vanga saw 26 as a number of cosmic rebalancing, a time when individuals are offered a sacred window to evolve, to shed what no longer serves, and to step into a more conscious, purposeful life. Nostradamus linked 26 to eras of great reckoning, not in fear, but in responsibility. In his vision, it was a time when humanity was called to make things right within themselves and with each other. He spoke of years where balance must be restored, and those aligned with the energy of 26 would play a vital role in healing the world through integrity, empathy, and enlightened leadership. And here, in June 2025, under the energetic influence of recent planetary alignments and collective awakening, 26 shines brightly, asking each of us, what are you here to build? Not just for yourself, but for the good of all. Are you ready to rise without losing your center? This number doesn't demand intensity. It invites integration. It's a sacred middle ground between worldly success and spiritual fulfillment. It teaches that progress with mindfulness is progress that lasts. Imagine this: a person driven by ambition, but constantly burning out, overwhelmed by tasks, chasing outcomes, disconnected from joy. Then imagine that same person grounding into 26's energy, slowing down, realigning with purpose, nourishing relationships, and still achieving, but now with peace, with passion, and with presence. That is the promise of 26. So let me ask you, what cycles are you ready to honor, complete, or begin anew? How can you balance drive with rest, giving with receiving, ambition with wisdom? Let the number 26 be your compass this June, a reminder that you don't have to sacrifice peace to prosper, that the deepest success is a harmony between body, mind, and spirit, and that every challenge is a classroom, every ending a This month, step forward with intention, honor the lessons of your past, and trust that when you align with balance and compassion, the universe responds in kind. With 26 guiding you, June becomes not just a month of achievement, but of elevated, enlightened growth, and the path ahead, though winding, leads directly to your highest self. Are you ready to align your path with the deep cosmic energies of this year and step into a journey of harmony, growth, and divine purpose? If you've stayed with us until now through numbers of insight, balance, and transformation, then this final message is just for you, a sacred gift to carry in your heart for the rest of your journey. Bonus number 35. Our bonus number is 35, a number of rare beauty, a number of cosmic intelligence, and a number that whispers, change is coming, and you are ready for it. In numerology, 35 is known as the harmonizer. It holds within it the creative optimism of 3 and the adventurous spirit of 5. Together, they create a powerful dance, an energy that invites us to move forward boldly, but with wisdom, clarity, and heart. Ask yourself gently, what would it mean to adapt without losing your center? Can you open yourself to change while remaining rooted in what matters most? The number 35 answers, yes. Yes, you can grow and stay grounded. Yes, you can explore and still feel safe. Yes, you can build something new and still honor who you've always been. As powerful planetary alignments shape our collective path in 2025, 35 appears as a divine signal, a call to harmonize stability with transformation, to blend your inner artist with your inner warrior, to embrace the journey, not fear it. According to Nostradamus, 35 symbolizes harmonious adaptation. In his prophecies, it appears during times of rapid change, but not chaos. Rather, opportunity cloaked in disguise. He saw 35 as a number that calls humanity to rise through flexibility and purpose, drawing strength not from resistance, but from creative courage. Baba Vanga, the mystic seer of Bulgaria, saw 35 as a number of divine intuition. To her, it represented angelic guidance during uncertain times, encouraging people to follow their inner compass even when the external world felt unclear. She believed those aligned with 35 would be blessed with clear vision and powerful spiritual insight, a gift to lead others by example, not fear. In Buddhist philosophy, the energy of 35 is reflected in the middle way, the path between extremes, the way of balance in transformation. As the Buddha taught, just as a candle cannot burn without fire, man cannot live without a spiritual life. And 35 reminds us the fire of change is sacred, not something to fear, but something to carry with mindfulness. So what does 35 mean for you this June? It means embrace your creative ideas. They are divinely planted. Ride the waves of change. They carry you toward your purpose. Stay rooted in your truth, because real strength is soft and steady. Let this number guide you into the final chapter of 2025 with grace. Not only will you adapt, you will thrive. Not only will you change, you will evolve with power and intention. This is your moment. Your journey forward is supported. Your path is opening wide with clarity, and the universe is whispering. With 35 guiding your way, you are ready. Now step boldly into the remaining days of this year. Let the harmonizing, transformative force of 35 lead you to build a life rich in meaning, resilient in purpose, and luminous with joy. Conclusion: your energetic map for June 2025. In conclusion, the numbers we've uncovered together, 7, 11, 3, 4, 26, and 35, are not just digits. They are divine signposts, each carrying a sacred vibration to guide your steps through this transformative month. Each number speaks its own truth. 7 invites deep reflection and spiritual insight. 11 awakens intuition and illuminates your higher purpose. 3 sparks joy, creativity, and authentic expression. 4 grounds you with structure, patience, and enduring strength. 26 calls you to harmonize ambition with spiritual wisdom. 35, our sacred bonus, empowers you to adapt, evolve, and grow with grace and clarity. Together, they form a powerful, energetic map designed to align your heart, mind, and spirit with the cosmic shifts of June 2025. As the Buddha said, your work is to discover your world, and then with all your heart, give yourself to it. So ask yourself, which of these numbers is calling to you most strongly this month? And how will you answer its invitation? Thank you for walking this path with me, for opening your heart to the messages hidden in numbers, cycles, and stars. If you felt guided, inspired, or simply a little more aligned today, please give this video a thumbs up. Share your insights in the comments below. I'd love to hear what resonated most with you. And don't forget to subscribe for more spiritual guidance and cosmic wisdom to help you flow with the universe all year long. Until next time, walk gently, live fully, and trust the numbers. They are never random. By regularly practicing this kind of awareness, you create a space between your emotions and your actions. In that space, wisdom arises. It's where you can breathe, reflect, and respond in alignment with your long-term goals, not your fleeting emotions. In today's world, where news updates are constant and social media amplifies every financial twist and turn, embracing the wisdom of impermanence is more important than ever. It helps you zoom out and see the bigger picture. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Is this a temporary storm, or am I making it feel permanent in my mind? Doing so gives you back your power. You can act instead of react. You can stay invested in your financial plan rather than pulling out in panic during a downturn. You can adjust your budget calmly when surprises arise, rather than feeling defeated. Embracing impermanence doesn't mean being passive. It means meeting reality with openness and adaptability. Life will always change, but when we meet that change with a clear mind and steady heart, we become better navigators of the financial seas. The ups and downs no longer control us. Instead, we ride the waves with grace and resilience, knowing that every moment, no matter how difficult, is temporary. From that place of acceptance, we are empowered to make wiser decisions, not only in our finances, but in all areas of life. Number 5, cultivate non-attachment, freedom from clinging. Let's talk about something that can quietly shape your financial life, often without you realizing it: attachment. Specifically, attachment to money, status, or outcomes. Step 5 on the journey toward making clearer, wiser financial decisions is about cultivating non-attachment, or as it's known in the Buddhist tradition, freedom from clinging. This doesn't mean giving up on caring about money or abandoning your financial goals. Instead, it invites you to change your relationship with money so that it serves you rather than controls you. Let me ask you, have you ever noticed your mood rising or falling based on your bank balance? Or felt anxious when the market drops or after making a large purchase? That's attachment, subtle but persistent. Here's a gentle reminder. Your self-worth is not your net worth. You are more than the numbers in your account, more than your job title, more than any external marker of success. When we tie our identity too closely to money, it's like building a house on shifting sand. Markets rise and fall. Unexpected expenses come and go. Circumstances constantly change. And if your peace rises and falls with them, life becomes exhausting. Non-attachment invites us to engage with our finances purposefully, but not emotionally. We make decisions guided by clarity and intention, not fear or craving. Ask yourself, when you invest, are you obsessively checking stock prices? Do market fluctuations trigger anxiety or impulsive reactions? Imagine the freedom of a long-term perspective. Imagine understanding that ups and downs are part of the journey, and resting in that truth. Non-attachment doesn't mean you stop paying attention. It means you remain aware and responsible without being emotionally entangled. You can check your portfolio without letting it dictate your mood. You can spend or save without the inner voice saying, "Am I doing enough?" or "Will I have enough?" That inner voice is the whisper of attachment, planting doubts and fears that cloud your judgment. What would it feel like to make financial decisions from a place of clarity and calm, rather than worry or pressure? This is where developing a clear mind, known as Pana in Buddhist teachings, becomes so powerful. With clarity, you begin to see money for what it truly is: a tool, not a measure of your worth. You use it to support your life, to care for yourself and others, and to contribute to causes that matter. But you no longer let it define you or own you. So let me ask you, what might change in your life if you could loosen the grip of attachment to money? How would your financial choices shift if they were rooted in purpose, not fear? As we wrap up this reflection, hold on to this simple but profound teaching. It's not about having nothing. It's about nothing having you. Non-attachment doesn't ask you to give up your financial goals or dreams. It simply invites you to hold them lightly, to engage fully, without clinging. That way, whether the market rises or falls, whether your savings grow or shrink, you remain steady, rooted in your values, not swayed by every external change. The lesson is clear. Cultivating non-attachment frees you to make financial decisions from a place of wisdom, not fear. It allows you to act with intention and clarity, rather than react from anxiety or desire. By practicing this, you step into a healthier, more peaceful relationship with your finances. A relationship where money serves your life, not the other way around. Number 6, reflect regularly. Wisdom growth. Let's take a moment together to talk about something often overlooked in the rush of daily life: reflection. Specifically, reflection on your financial decisions. This might sound serious at first, but in truth, it's one of the simplest and most powerful tools for growing your wisdom, especially when it comes to money. Think of it not as a chore, but as a gentle check-in with yourself, a way to understand your habits, your patterns, and your choices just a little better, and in doing so, create more peace and clarity around your finances. Ask yourself, what actually went well for me this month, financially? Maybe you stuck to your budget. Maybe you saved more than expected. Or maybe you simply avoided that impulse purchase you used to fall for. Whatever it is, celebrate it. Even the small wins matter. Now ask the other side of the question, what felt a bit off? Did you spend out of stress? React to emotions rather than respond with thought? These aren't failures. They're opportunities. Opportunities to notice, to understand, and to gently correct your course. By taking just a little time each month to reflect, you're doing more than reviewing numbers. You're learning about yourself. What patterns are shaping your financial life? Are they helping you move toward your goals or away from them? Reflection gives you the chance to adjust, to make more conscious, intentional decisions next time. Imagine what it would feel like to make financial choices not out of anxiety or impulse, but from a calm, steady place of wisdom. Imagine your money choices reflecting your deepest values, not your passing moods. That's the gift of reflection. That's the path to a clear mind, or pana, as it's known in Buddhist teachings. When the mind is clear, wisdom grows. And when wisdom grows, we begin to navigate life, not just money, with greater ease and compassion. So I encourage you, right now, take a deep breath. Reflect on the financial choices that recently felt aligned, and consider, where might there be space to pause, learn, and choose differently? This simple practice, done regularly, becomes a powerful inner guide, helping you make decisions that support not only your financial well-being, but your inner peace as well. 6 lucky numbers to focus and get rich in May 2025, Vertical Bar Buddhist Teachings. And here we are, my friends, standing at the end of today's journey, but perhaps at the beginning of a new one, within yourself. Remember the numbers we explored today. These sacred symbols aren't just about luck or fortune. They are gentle reminders to align your energy, focus your intentions, and step into the natural flow of abundance that is already here, waiting for you. When you approach life with clarity, balance, and an open heart, you don't just get rich in the material sense. You cultivate a richness of spirit that carries you through every twist and turn. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to share that energy forward. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, so you never miss a moment to reconnect with these teachings. And if you know someone who could use a little guidance or inspiration, share this video with them. You never know whose life might be touched by a simple act of kindness. Until we meet again, may you walk your path with wisdom, compassion, and the courage to live fully, right here, right now. Stay present, stay open. The journey continues.